Hi guys, it's your boy Mr. Richard. So in this video we are continuing on our September 2016 paper 1, Gauteng Department of Education, Mathematics paper 1. So in this video, as I've stated, we are going to work on question 2. So here we are given calculate 2.1, calculate the possible values of k if the roots of kx squared plus kx plus 1 equated to 0 are non-real. You must have the knowledge of natures of rules before you attempt this question. 2.2, it's a simultaneous equation, but this type of simultaneous, it's a exponential and a quadratic. Yes, that's what they've linked those two things. So you must have the knowledge of exponential equation and a quadratic at the same time. So let's get started. Let's kill this criminal. Okay. Right, our first criminal there is kx squared plus kx plus 1 equated to 0. Right, there we are required to calculate the possible values of k if the roots of kx squared are non-real. Just write for non-real roots, delta, it's less than 0. Remember, when you're working with natures of roots, we use a discriminant. A discriminant will determine what type of roots we are going to have. So in this case, we are going to have b squared, it's minus a 4ac, which is a discriminant, no? Which is less than 0. So this is our a according to quadratic equation, b, and this is our c. Where there is b, you place k. So we are going to say k squared. Let's substitute. What is our a? Also, it's k. What is our c? Our c, it's 1, which is less than 0. So let's square this. This is k squared. Negative 4, multiply everything there. It will be negative 4k, because negative 4 multiplied by k, it's negative 4k. Multiplied by 1, it's negative 4k. So less than 0. So this is an inequality, guys. It's the same as solving inequality equation, inequality or quadratic inequality. That's what it is. So let's take out the highest common factor. The highest common factor, it's k here. We'll be left with k minus 4. Because k times k is k squared. K times negative 4, it's negative k, which is less than or equal to, which is less than 0. Sorry for that. So here we solving this. So since this is our graph, it's our x values are going below here. So meaning that here it will be, our solution will be 0, it's less than k, but k is greater than 4. Yes, so we can represent this graphically. This will be 0 and 4. Okay, we are going to have something like this. Okay, so we can use open dots to represent it. So that's the solution for 2.1. So that's how you can find it. Yes, have basic, guys. We use a discriminant to find these values of k, right? Then the second one, we are given an exponential and a quadratic. So let's work out with an exponential first. The first equation, let's work out it. We must make sure that the bases are the same. So 2 to the power of 2x plus 1. Okay, let's change 4. That will be 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by y. That will be 2 to the power of y. Since the bases are the same, we are going to drop the exponent. That will be x plus 1 is equals to 2y. We can make x the subject by taking y 1 to the other side. It will be 2y minus 1. This is the first equation. So, and this will be our second equation. To make things easier, just say substitute equation 1 into 2. Yes, because of space, let me use another paper there. Okay, so you may recall that we had x is equals to 2y minus 1, right? So we have to substitute it into this equation, x squared plus 2y, which is equated to 3. So where there is x, we shall place 2y minus 1. Remember that we supposed to square it here, plus 2y equated to 3. Then square the first, that will be 4y squared. Okay, that is 4y squared. Then the power multiplies everything. 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2, multiplied by 2y, that will be negative 4y. Then square the last, which is negative 1, that will be plus 1, plus 2y equated to 3. But we can take 3 to the other side and equate to 0, so it will be minus 3. So let's rearrange this into standard form. Okay, let's rearrange this into a standard form. So this will be 4y squared. The like terms, negative 4y plus 2y, it's the same as negative 2y. Yes, be very careful with your integers. 1 minus 3, that will be minus 2. Equated to 0, we can divide by 2 to make this equation simpler. So this will be 2y squared. How many times does 2 goes into 2? That's going to be negative y. How many times it goes into 2? That's going to be negative 1. Then you can factorize using a cross method. It's quite easy to work with a cross method. Let's say, since we have 2y squared there, it will be 2y and y. The factors are 1 and 1. 2y multiplied by y, it's 2y. 2y multiplied by 1, it's 1. Y multiplied by y, it's y. So for us to get negative y, let's make the biggest number to have a negative sign here. Negative 2y plus y, that will be negative y. So meaning that these factors are suitable to use. Okay. So we are going to have 2y as well as y and minus 1, 1 here and 1 equated to 0. Since this sign, the last term is negative here, the sign should be different. This will be positive and this will be minus. Then this will be 2y plus 1 equated to 0. Oh, y minus 1 equated to 0. So when we take this, will be negative 1, then divide both sides by 2, it will be negative half, or y is equals to 1, right? So we are not done. We are looking for the x values. Remember that we go back here. Go back here to find the x values then. We are going to find the x values. Remember that we got negative half. Let's start with the negative half. That's x. It's 2y. Where does y? We put a negative half. Minus 1. Okay, this 2 and 2 cancel. We are going to be left with okay, did I substitute correctly? Yes. This cancel. We are left with negative 1. Negative 1 minus 1, that will be negative 2. So our x is negative 2 and half, right? So similarly, we got 1. Y is 1. So let's look for the x values. Where there is remember, where there is y, we shall place 1. So we are going to have 2 multiplied by 1, that's 1. 2 minus 1, that's going to be 1. So our x will be 1 is to 1. So we have two values. Remember that your x values and y values of a semi-tenors, they form what you call point of intersection. So we have 2 points, 1 and 1. We also have negative 2 and half. Hope you find this video useful. That was our question 2. Don't forget to subscribe and like. We love you.